Wilson, Texas Lawhawk. Brian Wilson, the Texas Lawhawk. Talons of justice. Due process. Do wheelies. It's hot out here. Brian Wilson, El Halcon de la Ley. Brian Wilson, the Texas Lawhawk.
Later, guys.
Bye.
Well. It's no refusal weekend, so you have to blow. Otherwise, you're gonna lose your license. These things are 100% accurate. Blowing it. Surprise, failed. Blow.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Someone just called me. That's why you don't blow. Brian Wilson, the Texas Lawhawk.
If you or a loved one been arrested, so call Brian Wilson, the Texas Lawhawk today.
All right. This stream came off to a rather bumpy start. I think I'm live. I think I'm doing a public stream right now. It is my 4-year anniversary this very day of my first stream, and my first stream was Alien Isolation. So here we are, exactly 4 years later to the day. I'm gonna check my mic. Having technical difficulties because this is my birthday month, and this past weekend I received my brand new gaming PC, which was my last PC was 6 years old, and now that I can afford a replacement, I have opted to do so for my birthday Christmas present this year. However, what this means in terms of streaming is I've had to start from scratch with the with my stream setup. So everything you're seeing here on my OBS setup, it's checking it, messages popping up. Everything that you see here in my OBS setup, I have reset up from scratch on a blank canvas of OBS. Some of you may have been witness to my totally secret private stream that I did day before yesterday. I wasn't planning to stream. I was just testing, Streamlabs OBS, which is Streamlabs, one of the services that does all the alerts and chat services and sub alerts and all that. They have their own version of OBS that I was trying out. And apparently, even though I had things set to private, Streamlabs OBS made my streams public. So so I hung out for probably about 90 minutes with some people in my totally private, nobody can see me stream. I don't know, probably about 12 people showed up. So anyways, my goodness. It says I got some people watching. Are people trying to chat at all? This is tripping me out a little bit that I'm not seeing chat occur. It's making me nervous that I messed something up. That something on my chat has been screwed up. Let me try this again. This chat is disabled for this live stream. Well, son of a bitch, are you for serious right now? Hold on. This is not how I envisioned my 4-year anniversary stream going. People are chatting. Okay, well, this is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna reset my Live dashboard. And thank you, Brad. Oh, here we go. Here we go. There we go. All right. So I see a few people have been attempting to talk. And there's my preview. Yeah, what happened is first you know how over the weekend I tried to do an unlisted stream? Well, YouTube still had that setting. So when I started my stream, it was set to unlisted. I'd forgotten because YouTube wouldn't let me do unlisted over the weekend when I was had that setting. Whoa! When I was using Streamlabs OBS. So, do I need a haircut already? I know I'm growing hair down here, but I feel like my hair up here is looking a little bushy. It's only been like 2 or 3 weeks. What the hell? I shouldn't be looking like a hobo. If I'm growing it out up here, my plan was I needed to keep it extra neat up here so that people would know I'm not just like letting myself go. Double lawyer voice. Yeah, that's what happens when if I let my preview go. I'd forgotten because lawyer voice. Yeah, that's what happens when if I let my preview go. I'd forgotten because lawyer voice. Yeah. All right. Lawyerception. So hello Org Chaos. Hello Evie. Here you are, first one of the first ones here. One of the first ones ever here. Look, Alien Isolation. This is 4 years ago to the night. I launched my first stream. I think I launched my first stream somewhere around 10 p.m. I don't think you were there for that first one, Evie. You didn't show up till like the second or third night. That first stream that I did 4 years ago, actually it was a little bit of a replication this evening because when I started, I was unlisted, no one was watching. So I had a little taste, a blast from the past of no one watching me. And hey, what's up, Pink Dot Alliance? You've been very busy. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, it is my birthday month. I couldn't wait on the PC. I use a service called Cyberpower PC? If you look on Amazon or Newegg, they sell a lot of pre-builts too, but they have a website where you can basically customize your build down to the component, like just everything you can customize. And I came up with a dream build, and then I was thinking of waiting until Black Friday to see if they had any more deals. But they had some good November promotions. But then what I read is they get so bombarded with custom PC build orders over the Thanksgiving weekend that people who order then it can be like weeks before they'll get the computer. So I was like, screw that. I want to have my computer. I want it for my birthday. And also Black Friday is not till the 29th this year. So I was too impatient. And I think I got a pretty good deal anyway. So in Windows control panel, in a sounds applet, set your mic to its highest quality. Alright, I'm missing. Is my mic sounding screwed up? Hold on. That's the next question I have, because I haven't even tested with OBS. I'm using my new headset mic, which for headset mic is okay. But I don't want to mess. Like it took me a year to get my Blue Yeti to sound good, and I had to use all sorts of software and tricks and filters and all sorts of crap like that. So one of my thoughts starting fresh on the new computer is like, well, for now at least, I know this speaker on this headset sounds okay. It's for a headset speaker, it's not bad. Especially for a wireless headset speaker, it's not bad. I think you sound fine, but maybe you could sound even better. I know I can sound even better. Well, first I'm getting over a cold too. Hunger for justice. I'm just catching up. I know I'm responding to things people said 10 minutes ago, but I'm catching up. There are not that many comments. It's just that every comment I like to savor, and every comment has the potential to lead me down a path of my own sort of mental diversion. So that's one of my trademarks. I see one comment and I'll go off for 10 minutes and I'll look back and I'll realize, oh, in the last 10 minutes there have been 5 more comments. I can barely keep up. And I never even stay awake till 10 p.m. No, it's true, Brad. Honestly, usually around 9 is when I go to bed, and if I'm awake at 10 o'clock still, it's kind of unusual. Although, since I picked up Red Dead Redemption 2 on PC this week, I've been pushing that 10 o'clock hour. But still, it's like, I'll stop playing around 9:45. That means I'm still awake at 10, but I'm not. Usually I'm done playing. Let's see. Sound good? Okay. Well, one thing I noticed, I was listening back to the stream that I accidentally did on Sunday, and it seemed like there was clipping going on with my microphone the way that it was set up. And I'm using a whole different streaming software now. Now I'm using regular OBS. I started from scratch with regular OBS today and laid out all the elements. But clipping is when at the loudest points of the mic transmission, it causes like a slight crackling or distortion. So if you guys are noticing any of that, I found it when I listened back, because I'm pretty critical of my own audio. I found myself very irritated by the crackling sound. So if you see the crackling sound, let me know, because I can work to eliminate it. You stayed up until about 2 a.m. last night. You're certainly regretting it now. Well, let's see, Brad. What is it? 7. So what is it? It's around 11 in the morning for you right now, isn't it, Brad? Yeah, I go to sleep at usually around 10. I get up around 6. And then I have a slow morning. And I actually don't leave my house until 7:30. And that gets me to work. I start work at 8:30 in the morning, but I get to work around 8 because we're still doing buses. We don't have a car at this point. We're probably going to get a car within the next few months. We've been talking about it because having a car is easier here than in LA. LA was kind of a pain in the ass to have a car, but so one of the reasons we got rid of our car was not only because it cost a lot, but because it was just having a car in LA was driving it, parking it, and all that crap was a pain in the ass. But yeah, so I'm pretty well trained in my daily routine though. So like I'll wake up at 5:59 a.m. right before my alarm clock goes off and be like, oh, I gotta get up to pee or something, and I look and it's time to get up anyway. It's like, okay. So and then I'm awake during the day like normally. It's nice having a regular routine a little bit, because that's something I didn't have before when I was working from home. Some days I stayed up real late, some days I didn't. And like when you guys first met me streaming, I would frequently stream until like I wouldn't even start streaming until 11 o'clock at night sometimes. And like when I was doing YouTube like Let's Play videos, some of those videos I was recording at like 12:31 in the morning. I wouldn't hit record until super late, and it was just because that's when I was awake and that's when I wanted to do it. But it did, I do like my body just having a consistent, like, hey, it's 9:30, it's time to fall asleep. You know, between 8:30 and 9, I start getting a little tired. Nice. Yeah, Black Friday is super late. No, that's right. I've been digging my PC though. Aside from Red Dead Redemption 2 is a little unstable, so it's been crashing a lot. Which, because my PC hasn't proven itself yet, that makes me paranoid this is my PC. So I got all the hardware monitors, and I was monitoring all the temperatures and like the load that everything was under. Everything is running cool. Everything's running good. So I think it's just Red Dead, which already has the port needs some work on performance and stability on PC right now. So, but I'm enjoying my new thing. You have a scary doctor story, Evie. Oh my gosh. I hope it's not too scary. So, I know I have my ongoing sort of scary doctor things. I had my toenail removed a couple months ago, or about a month ago. That's still healing. I didn't think they were going to take the whole damn thing off, and I didn't realize it was going to be so kind of nuts. But it doesn't bother me anymore. It's just there's still part of it that hasn't healed, so I have to keep a bandage on it. And then I got all my other getting older, need to lose weight numbers, like the they'll start scaring you with numbers, or me anyways, where it's like, you don't have diabetes, but you better watch out because these numbers are like going in that direction. It's like, oh shit, you don't have nothing serious right now, but these numbers indicate something serious could happen. So we've been working on that, trying to get a diet thing going this month. You were hoping I could improve the mic quality, but I can look whenever. I don't even know how the mic sounds right now, because at least when I did it on Sunday, I still messed around with equalizer settings a little bit to try and compensate for what I considered flat sound. But I know it's not sounding great. I mean, when push comes to shove, I've got a Blue Yeti. I'm still somewhat convinced that my Blue Yeti came defective out of the factory, because it's never sounded right. Like if I just talk into it without using any filters or equalizers, it sounds god awful. Like what you're hearing right now, if you hear raw out of this microphone, it sounds 50 times better than raw using my Blue Yeti. My Blue Yeti needs, but I don't know, it sucks. So audio has been probably the hardest thing for me to conquer as a YouTuber. And at this point, because now I'm starting from scratch, there's a part of me that's feeling like, you know, when I spent all this time testing different audio settings and doing all this stuff before, it was when I was more trying to make my streaming thing. I was trying to make a go of it to an extent to see if it could take off. I never gave it 100%, did it full time. I couldn't afford to do that, but I did have it in mind that I put a lot of time and effort into trying to put together a good stream and try to make it the best quality that I reasonably could without spending, you know, a ton of money. So the doctor took out a section of your intestine and wrapped it around your waist like a belt? What? Wait a minute, hold on. Wait, but it was Evie that had the scary doctor story. What the hell kind of story is that, Brad? Where'd that come from? Is that a real thing that happened to you? Is he like, you drank too much whiskey and smoked too many cigarettes? Time to wrap up that damn intestine. You had it coming. We warned you for years, Brad. We had it coming. We told you to stop drinking all that whiskey. You had to cut down, but did you listen to us? No. We went to your doctors for pap smear to check you out. They saw growth. Oh. You removed it and they sent it off. It could be cancerous, so they're checking. You know what? I got something that I need to have checked. Because there's a bump on my tongue that I've had a couple doctors look at it. It's right on the top in the middle of my tongue, and they said that's not usually, like, if you're gonna get cancer, that's not where you get cancer, and that's not how it would behave if you did. It's just like a rough spot. They think it's mostly because I went through a phase at one point where I kept accidentally biting my tongue. Like really, I had a point where somehow I really chomped down on it hard, and it was after that I noticed that rough spot that never went away. And because it was raised, occasionally I would end up keep biting it, like as I was chewing. So, but they're like, yeah, you probably, I mean, it is weird to have a lump like that. So they said we probably want to do a biopsy of it. So that's something that I get to look forward to. YouTube has hey, Madros, YouTube has a new thing that tells me when I'm live with a link when you're on a past video. What? Let's see, you click the notification from one of the previous attempts and it links you here. You're talking about, well, on Twitter, I think I posted a link to a private stream. Like, I didn't realize I was private, and so that's why I think on Twitter I just posted twice within 5 minutes apart, because then I stopped my stream and we relaunched it as a public stream. Although the one I did on Twitter was not private, it was actually, the first one was unlisted, so if you had a link, you might have been able to get there anyways. Yeah, Evie, I hope that's alright. I know that's scary. It's hard not to worry about it. But there are lots of reasons why things like that happen without it being super serious. So, like my wife tells me, I'm totally the one that'll be freaking out anyway, so I'm the last one to be trying to tell you to stay calm about it. But my wife's always telling me, when I start worrying, like, oh, what do you think this is? You think I got a tumor or something? And she'll be like, don't borrow trouble. It's probably not. I think she said she got that from her grandma. Don't borrow trouble. Because you don't know it's anything until you know it's anything. So before you know you got trouble, don't borrow it. Hey Joss, what's up, man? Let's see. G-Law released Walter the Hobo Vampire on Spotify. You know what I need to have? I need to have Walter the Hobo Vampire on my theater. On, turn off. Now that I'm setting stuff up. Walter Hobo Vampire. Let me see if I can dig him up. The hell do I have that? Do I have it under Bloodlust Shadowhunter? I wonder if I only have it on YouTube now. Like that might have been a video that could I have deleted that video? My original video? Walter the Hobo Vampire? Can't believe I would have done that. But there were times when I was like clearing stuff out, and sometimes I'd be like, oh, I have it on YouTube. I don't need it on my hard drive anymore. Maybe I don't have it anymore. Half the views might be you, Joss. See, you got 2 notifications from the bell icon. But they had both ended. Huh. There was an eye icon on top. So you went to one of the closed videos and there was an icon on the video linking you here. Okay. Hey Stevie, thanks. I appreciate it. Yeah, it's been, well, as long as, let me see. I think I'm not going to find Walter the Hobo Vampire. Because actually, now that upon further investigation, I think maybe I got rid of Walter the Hobo Vampire on my desktop. Of course, I could always do. Will it do a window capture? No, not window capture. Gosh, it's like doing this all from scratch is I forgot how much I had over the years snowballed so many things onto my OBS setup. That starting from a blank slate today is making me realize how much stuff I don't have. What was it? Display capture. That's the one we're looking for. Yeah. Here it is. We can just do it the old-fashioned way.
Okay, I have no idea what I'm doing here.
Just skip forward.
We're together.
There we go.
I think Walter he really does need a theme song. Now when I say like now that we're together, I'm thinking there'd be an awesome montage, like where you have some like cheesy like ballad playing, and then it's like, but the lyrics are all about Walter, and it's just like slow motion shots of like me and Walter, me fighting and Walter standing and looking.
He was a hobo, I was a vampire, I was just
Hey, hold on.
So I took a bite. Hobo was sleeping in a puddle of his pee. I was thirsty, but I didn't know he would become Walter the Hobo Vampire. Walter the Hobo Vampire. Walter the Hobo Vampire's always there. Always at my side when I'm fighting stuff.
Yeah, that guy looks ominous. Go get him, Walter. You're gonna have to. Your slow meander. It's not doing me any favors. Okay, come on.
Alright, welcome Raiders. Well, I got a Jared Shelton raid, and everybody showed up. We got us Jared. Alright, welcome Raiders. Hold on. Stop that shit. I got a Jared Shelton raid, and everybody showed up. Oh, I forgot. I still had it. After Walter the Hobo Vampire started, or finished, it auto went to my stream on the other screen. Where I was playing Walter the Hobo Vampire. I guess my own video was the next auto video that came up. It's like, what the hell's going on? Why? And I looked over and I saw my face, like, right there. Taking up my whole damn screen. What do you mean, Brad? Jared Shelton is right there. We got the raid, where is it? Over here, the raid icon. It's a real raid if it got the raid icon. Glitch in the Matrix. So, alright, I did see that, Evie, that you said the doctor thing was a week ago and the removal was today. So, yeah, obviously that's going to be like right at the forefront of your mind. So, I'll be thinking of you, Evie, and wishing good thoughts for you. I mean, honestly, I think you're probably fine. You're probably fine, but you gotta be sure, right? And if there is something you want to catch it, you want to find out sooner rather than later. So, either way, I think at this point, you know, you're doing the right thing, and no matter what you find out, you're probably gonna be fine, and more likely than not, it's probably not anything serious. So that is my belief, and that is also my hope for you. Wow, once you get results on that. You shown interest in gaming lawyer videos makes it. Yeah, it's true, Brad. I think I'm my #1 fan. I think I've spent more time watching gaming lawyer videos than almost anybody. That's not true anymore, though. I used to watch my own videos a lot. Like, I even would watch my own streams. Like, after a stream, I would watch, like, when I was going to bed, a lot of times I would just watch, like, because when you finish streaming, only the last 2 hours is available, and I'd have those last 2 hours going when I was going to sleep. Because it just, I don't know what it is. It was just a thing. I enjoyed hearing my own voice, I guess. This might sound egotistical. I don't know. It's more like ego stroking. Like, hey, sweet, look at, I made a thing on the internet. It's me. It, like, whoops, turn that off. Oh, wait a minute. Where's my chat? Now that's a thing that I'm not sure what's going on. Streamlabs is supposed to be transmitting my chat. Oh, son of a bitch. No. Stop that. Stop that shit. I might crash my stream because of what I just did. Okay, no, we're good. I actually opened Streamlabs OBS. Let's just get that off of there. I had a Streamlabs open. How do I make this? Oh, there we go. Wow, that's tiny, huh? Hold on. It's all a work in progress. Super tiny. And then it just disappeared. What the hell is with that shit? Not supposed to disappear. So we'll do... Let's see. We'll keep the same ratio. We'll blow it up a little bit. And let's go back. See, you guys are still here. This is, in some ways, this is very appropriate for my 4-year anniversary. Because in some ways, because I got a new PC, I'm learning to stream all over again. Now, there's a thing that's I'm supposed to be able to set. Here we go. There, that should... Alright, so in theory, now that will stay up there as the chat populates. So, I'm such a noob. However, I have to change all these now. Chat. Talons of... Hey, look! Spooky ghost mouse justice! What's up, Dark Jake? No, I just didn't have... Messages... The chat didn't time out. It's just I tried... The old link that I used to have that made chat happen broke right towards the end of my streaming career on my old PC. So... I have... I've enlisted Streamlabs to help with that. And, this wasn't getting it going right. 4.5 seconds of gameplay! The stream has been going for 34 minutes. I haven't played any games yet. I'm not even sure how badly I want to play Alien Isolation. I'm just doing it because that's the first stream I did 4 years ago. There's some part of me, it's like, I don't know if I want to play that. Yeah, hey, how you doing, Noxire? Let's see. I had a false start. Then my chat was broken so that I couldn't see chat. I did a private stream by mistake first. Then I did the fake, I relaunched public, but then I couldn't see my own chat for about 5 to 10 minutes. I don't know how it was. I was just talking. I'm like, damn, no one's showing up. And then I looked down and it said there were like 6 people here. It's like, what the hell? That's weird. So I got my new gaming PC, Noxire. You can check the, I updated my description. The description now has the core stats of my new gaming rig that I just got over the weekend. So those are now down below in the description, at the bottom of the description for your reference. You come for the G-Law, not the game. Yeah, I toyed with the idea once in a while of just streaming. Like, I was like, all I want to do is play a game, but I wonder if anyone would give a shit and want to watch. And I know when other people do that, I don't want to watch them. If I go because I like them, and they're just playing a game and not talking, that doesn't appeal to me. So I thought, no, I don't think that's even really a worthy experiment. Because sometimes I thought, well, maybe people are worried about me, or they haven't seen me for a while. They can at least check in and see me playing a game, even if I'm not talking. At times when I wasn't feeling social. This is my new birthday, Christmas PC. 6 years. 6 years to this month. It was 6 years since I built the PC I've been using. And it still works. That's one thing. It's a little sad. I still have my other PC. It's still right there on my table. It's still hooked up too. All I need to do is hook it up to one of the monitors. Everything else is hooked up. I'm a little bit sad to be letting it go, to be honest. Like, when I shut it down for the last time, I was sad. Like, oh, this thing still works. I can still play all my games on it. There are a few games I put onto a list of... There's a list of games that I had that kept growing over the past couple of years that were games that I decided I was not going to play until I had an upgraded PC. Because there were certain... As newer games came out and became more demanding, some of them were just running a little bit rough on my PC. And then also my PC, I started having a lot of stream errors. You guys remember when I kept crashing in the middle of Dead by Daylight at the beginning of October? I crashed out of like 2 or 3 matches because I ran out of, was it VRAM I ran out of or system memory? I think it must have probably been VRAM. Let's see. American Truck Simulator. I thought about that. The only reason I have it installed, what I don't have are any mods installed. And also, however, I had from Ethan, who gave me the customized like Lawhawk paint job. I'm gonna need to figure out how to get that again and how to install. I think that's something that I probably have. I transferred a bunch of stuff from my old PC. I may still have it somewhere on my PC, but I need to figure out how to find it and figure out how to install it again. It's good to see you too, Dark Jake. This is the peak of my streams. Gameplay is just a different background. Well, then I get distracted, and I get distracted by the game, and I'm not paying attention to. I don't pay as much attention to the chat. It's very. I don't know. I feel like the quality of my streams dips when I start playing a game a little bit. You look for commentary on walkthroughs or streams. You hate when the streamer doesn't talk. Makes it in person. Yeah, well, I mean, ideally, the best kind of streamer is someone that plays the game, also is engaged in conversation with the people. Like right now, I'm not even keeping up with chat like I'm sucking at that even. I'm not even playing a game. I've been missing comments. I go off. I look at a comment and it'll get me. Well, I remember the time when back in 1992, and I was whatever I did. I was driving down the old Pacific Coast Highway. Your PC's just getting up there in age. You're still able to run everything on the highest settings. You haven't tried some of the newest titles. Okay. I haven't been able to run things on the highest settings on my PC for a number of years. When I first built it, I was able to run a lot of things on like maxed out. But I'm already finding with this PC, I threw some of the games that I had trouble with my old PC running. Were games that I first installed on this PC, like Final Fantasy 15 was one example of a game that ran pretty rough in certain spots on my old PC. And it still runs a little rough on this PC. Like I'm at the same spot in the same town where I was having performance issues. It runs a lot better, but it's still like not smooth. It's not like silky smooth like I was hoping it would be. You were born in 1992? I turned 18 in 1992. I graduated high school in 1992. Yep, and I drove down the old Pacific Coast Highway in 1992 as well. Drove in my old Volkswagen. I had a 1968 Volkswagen Bug. The old Beetle. Driving up the Pacific Coast Highway. Well, I mean, I don't know why I keep bringing that up. It's not like I did it all the time. Anytime you went to the beach in Southern California, you would end up on the Pacific Coast Highway at some point. Because it ran... You had to at least cross it to get to the ocean. I'm still congested from my... I've been getting over a cold for almost 2 weeks now. G-Law, the anti-streamer. Well, I'm streaming. It's not that I'm anti-streaming. Well, I guess it is if I'm not playing the game and I'm not being good at keeping up with chat. You could say I'm anti-streaming. I should mute myself. I'm gonna blow my nose or something. Let's see. Maybe I should consider... I don't even have my box of Kleenex. That's right, Chauncey. It's Kleenex. Chauncey's like, let me out of the fucking cage. But you know, she's not. She's sleeping. But she saw me moving over there. She was like, hey, what's up? Alright, here's what's going to happen. I'm going to mute my mic, and I'm going to turn off the camera for a second. And blow my nose. Alright. Yeah, this is my shark. Guess what his name is? It's Sharky. The whole purpose of the shark was actually because remember when that weekend when Chauncey got out and I thought Chauncey was gone. I thought I'd never have Chauncey again. And my wife was out at IKEA. She'd gone to IKEA with her mom. And when Chauncey got out, and I was texting her like, "Oh my God, Chauncey got out. I'm never gonna see her again." And my wife bought me this big, super soft stuffed shark, and it was supposed to be like gonna cheer me up, I could cuddle and cry with the shark. Since I lost Chauncey, but then we got Chauncey back, and I got the shark, so cha-ching, bonus. I think you needed this upgrade to even... Let me see. I fell behind a little bit. Remember going by a wagon crossing the Kansas River? You kids in your max PC settings. You did upgrade your video card. A 1080 Ti. Well, that's the most powerful graphics card on the market, Madros. You make it sound like it's all like, I have modest... Isn't that thing like $1,500? I made some modest upgrades to my gaming PC. Yeah, just a 1080. Oh no, I'm thinking 2080. 1080 Ti is last generation's top card. Okay, that's right. I just know the 80 and Ti is like that is as badass as it gets. That's still pretty badass though, Majos. That was like up until a year ago, that was the most powerful PC or the most powerful graphics card in existence. But Dark Jake, yeah, definitely. The fact that Red Dead Redemption was coming out on PC may have pushed me over the edge in terms of deciding that I wanted to upgrade a gaming PC. I was talking about this during my last stream too, that I was considering getting a console for myself for my gift, like for my Christmas birthday Christmas treat this year. I was considering getting a PS4 or an Xbox One. And one of the main reasons was I wanted to play Red Dead Redemption. I wanted to forever. And so I thought, And then I found out it was coming out on PC, and I was like, well, I've also been thinking about upgrading my PC for a while. So now that I got the game that I've been waiting for, at least an iteration of it that I've been waiting for 10 years, on my favorite platform where I already have a gajillion games. Yeah, I did a dream build and I realized I could afford my dream build. So, I mean, really, it's the only concession that I made is I didn't get a 2080 Ti. Because I could not justify paying that much. I couldn't justify paying $1,500 for a video card. So I got the 2070 Super Overclock Edition, which is pretty up there. I mean, it's not a 2080 Ti, but it's in the ballpark performance-wise. And $1,000 less. So it's like, okay. But aside from that, I got the i9-9900KF, which is the fastest processor on the market, and I got my 32 gigs of 32 megahertz or whatever, 32 gigs of RAM. It's all good. It's all happy stuff. Got your flu and tetanus shot. I got a flu shot this year and then promptly got like one of the worst flus that I've had in a while. This thing's been hanging. I guess maybe it's just a cold. I don't know. Bruce! Turn the old PC into a server. I haven't thought about what to do with the old PC. I've considered using it like, oh, maybe it can be my streaming. Like some people have a dual setup, but I don't know. I'm still thinking about it. Or if there's someone else that I know that might be able to make use of it. That's the other thing I've considered, is just trying to figure out if there's someone I know who would want to use it. You love sharks, especially hammerheads and great white. I think that's like a great white, isn't it? The classic shark. Anyways, the Matrix mod plugs your spine and back into your skull, gives you 300 FPS at 16K resolution. That's pretty impressive, Matus. RAM processor, or the capable of anything you thrown at it. I got a 1 terabyte SSD combo drive. It's 1 terabyte solid state and 4 terabytes mechanical. I think it's one drive. So I was able to actually install. Before, I had a 128 gig solid state drive and a 3 terabyte mechanical drive. And basically, between the operating system and then all the junk that accumulates on your main drive, on your C drive, whether you wanted to or not over the years, I had to keep a pretty tight control over keeping that C drive from filling up just with random, like certain games would only save to the C drive. I remember I was playing Sins of a Solar Empire and I wanted to mod it, and you could only put the mods on the C drive. Like you could have it installed in the D drive, but the mods had to be on the C drive. So it was frustrating. So this time that was one of the things I wanted. I wanted a solid state that I didn't have to worry about filling up, and that I could put a couple games on. You know, well, I say a couple because I want to keep most of it open. But like Red Dead Redemption, I put on there because that was the beastly game that I wanted, that I was the most excited about. I wanted to have like fast loading screens and everything else. Solid state won't make the graphics run better, but it'll make loading screens work a lot faster. So yeah, I'm pretty jazzed about that. Let's see, the universe had the best graphics ever. I don't know, man. The colors are kind of washed out. I don't know, the image quality is not sharp enough for me. That's why I have these. Nothing wrong with having a console. No, I agree, Dark Jake. I mean, I would still... But the thing is there are only a handful of games that are on console that I can't already play, that I want to play. The Last of Us is one of them, for sure. But for the most part, I've invested so much into games on PC that Red Dead Redemption was a big one, but there's probably, across all the consoles, there are probably about 6 games, like under 10 games, that I would really, really want to play that would make me think about getting a console. And then there's probably a lot more games that if I had the consoles, I'd be like, that I played that I couldn't play now. But for the most part, there just aren't that many games out there that I really, really want to play that I can't already play. So that's why I'm always drawn back to, like, if I'm going to invest money, I'm going to invest money into my PC. You had a break-in where they stole everything out of your house? Even the toilet paper? What the hell kind of thief? That sounds personal, man. Use the insurance money to build a nice PC. Okay, well, there you go. The elderly people of Shanghai? Throw your old PC in a river. Electronics are good for the environment. Or maybe the river would like to have some hot... Let's see, what's the... I still have it. It's a 1060 3GB graphics card. When I was looking at like medium, under 1,000 PCs, I was seeing like gaming PCs in the $800 to $900 range that were still using the 1060 3 GB card. I don't think that would be a good deal, but it was still being marketed as a current card for a mid-range gaming PC. Built it about 5 years ago. 512 was the max at the time. Yeah, when I built mine 6 years ago, I think I can't remember. I know what is it? 256 was I considered that was the top range that I considered. But I don't remember. I think probably 512 existed, but it might have been prohibitively expensive, more expensive than I wanted to think about. All that I wanted the solid state drive for was for my operating system and for sort of the skeleton of the things that I'm using on my system. I didn't want to put games or music or videos or anything else on there. I just wanted to put the operating system and some basic stuff like since I worked from home, I wanted my dictation software and I wanted my wanted certain other things that I used that I needed to be efficient. Because dictation, the Dragon software, for example, could be kind of laggy sometimes, and especially because I built up a huge custom dictionary of medical terms and medical legal terms. I didn't know if the solid state drive was going to help with that, but I wanted to facilitate as smooth as I could. But yeah, beyond that, I didn't really care. Except then after a year or two, it started filling up. Like I'd start getting errors, and I'd look and it'd be like, "You're down to 2 GB," and I was like, "What the hell?" And I had to do all these tricks to keep clearing out between I could get it between 30 and 40 gigs free by doing a bunch of overriding a bunch of stuff and deleting a bunch of stuff that Windows normally saves in the background. We're gonna see Red Dead on stream. I streamed Red Dead on my accidental. I had an accidental stream on Sunday when I was setting up PC streaming software for the first time, and I basically rode around. It crashed a couple times. It seemed to crash more when I was streaming because it's still a little bit unstable. In my own private playtime, I've probably played it for a total of about 10 hours, and I think I've had it crash 3 times. It crashes at random times, but it crashed during the stream. I think it crashed 2 or 3 times in just like an hour, so hopefully they're going to work that out. My thought on Red Dead Redemption for streaming, as I was talking about it, is for the most part, at least initially, it's the kind of game that I want to be selfish with and enjoy keep to myself. There are games that I want to be immersed in, and I want to experience what it has to offer in the most immersive way possible. And live streaming a game in front, hanging out with and chatting with a bunch of people, is a different type of experience. It's a lot of fun, but it's a lot of fun in its own way. But I bring up the example of a Skyrim. Skyrim's a game that when I first played it, if I would not have wanted to stream it. I'd be like, leave me the F alone. Nobody talk to me. I'm playing this game now, and sometimes when I'm playing this game, I forget that I'm not in this world. That's how immersed I get into it. And you cannot achieve that level of immersion when you're looking at a chat and being like, "Oh hey, welcome guy. Oh raid, whatever's going on." It's fun, but you're not immersed in the game. You're doing something different. But by the time I started streaming, I already had 400 hours of Skyrim under the belt. So, and Skyrim's a big open world, and that's why I streamed so much Skyrim. Is given that I didn't need to be immersed in it the way that I had been, because I'd experienced almost everything there was to experience. It became a perfect streaming game, and I could see Red Dead Redemption being the same sort of game. Once I've finished the main quest, and maybe exploring into Red Dead Online a little bit, where it's a little more open form. Once I get a look into that, I can see it being a really good type of game for me to stream, but not while I'm going through this honeymoon period where I want to experience it the most immersive way possible. So I may stream it, but it's probably gonna be a while. It's it's never been my concern to stream the hottest game, the hottest new games, and mostly that was because I was cheap. But it's also because it's like if there's a game I really want to get into, I don't want to stream it. I don't want to stream that game if I want to be immersed into it. First PC had a 3 GB hard drive. I missed all that stuff. My first PC that I bought had a 9 GB hard drive. And it was pretty decent. Man, I could get most of that's back when graphics cards were just a brand new thing. I didn't even buy a graphics card until I bought Ultima 9 because I'd been a fan of the Ultima series going back to the 80s, and Ultima 9 came out and it was super horribly optimized, but it looked amazing, and it would not run on my PC. It ran like janky garbage. So then I got like the hot video graphics card they had at the time. I think it was a Voodoo 3 FX, Voodoo 3, some whatever. It had 16 megabytes of memory. That was a big deal back then. And the game still ran like shit. I found out 10 years later or so that like nobody could get that game running well. But that was what prompted me to get my first video card, and it was the first time I cracked open a PC and put components into it. It was to attempt to play Ultima 9, which I never succeeded in doing. But it did open up my my experience in cracking PCs open, taking things out, putting stuff in. They'll flash forward, what would it have been, 15 years after that, where I built for my 40th birthday, I built my first PC from scratch. Let's see, he had a Presario. It was around the time I had a was that Compaq that did Presario? That might have been a Presario that I had, Noxire. I think that was it was a Compaq Presario. Was my first PC. I think it was. Voodoo 3 3500. Yeah, this was back in 1999. I'm pretty sure. Your first PC was an Apple IIG. Well, when I was a kid, now the thing is Apple and PC are, I guess PC technically is a generic term for personal computer. But as a platform, Apple and PC have become a different thing. But when I was a kid, I think back in 1980, maybe 88, 89, we got an Apple IIc. And it was like the family computer that soon became my computer because I was the only one that was like psyched enough about it to learn how to use it. And that's where I played at that time. Like Ultima 4 was the newest Ultima, and I had a friend that had gotten it, and I thought it was the most amazing thing in the world. That's probably the most memorable game that I played on the Apple IIc was Ultima 4. I think I also got Ultima 3, but it comparatively sucked compared to Ultima 4. I do not really play Call of Duty, Jared. Although with my system, I do own some Call of Duty games. I have Call of Duty Black Ops 4. And with my graphics card, I haven't even cashed it in yet, but because of the graphics card I got with my system, I get a free copy of Call of Duty Modern Warfare, which I haven't even redeemed yet, because I have other things I'd rather play. But I do have that. I do have that now. And hashtag blame Mike. Willy Bum Bum. Who said, was that Dark Jake said Willy Bum Bum? Play Pong. We had Pong. That was where Pong was completely its own console. Just a little wheel that you turn back and forth. You have to admit, Red Dead Redemption 2 looks absolutely phenomenal. Well, don't you have a console that can play it, Dark Jake? Or do you just have the Nintendo? I can't remember. I know my old PC, I looked at the specs, and my old PC was not going to be able to run Red Dead Redemption. At least didn't sound like it would be able to run it well. I didn't even... Red Dead launched, and that day I found out I was getting my PC was actually being delivered at the end of the week. I thought it was going to take a couple weeks, but I got it really fast. And once I realized it was only a couple days out from having my new PC, I decided I'm not even going to launch Red Dead until I have my new PC. I want that first reveal of the game to be something where I can sort of jack the graphics up and enjoy it and be awed by it rather than be like, well, that frame rate's shit. A 270 megabyte hard drive. It's pretty impressive. Ultimate 8 and 9 were hot garbage. Well, 8 was like the bastard stepson of 7. 7 was really good. 8 looked like remotely like 7. 9, let me see. Yeah, 9 was... It was a really ambitious title for the time. I mean, I still, looking back at the other games that were out at that time, I still think that if they had overcome the technical problems with Ultima 9, it could have been like the most ambitious RPG ever made at that time. The problem is it ran like hot garbage, and that was the problem. You still have a Voodoo 3 card, Maxie? You still use it? You have the little crank that goes... You start up your computer. Ultima 4 was not your first game, so it's one of your favorites. That was my introduction to the Ultima series, and I think that was the best time to go in. Like, if anyone was going to experiment retro with Ultima, I'd be like, don't start with 1. Definitely don't start with 1 or 2. I wouldn't start with 3. I would really 4 is where I would start. And because 4 is when they really actually started having a story to speak of, and you're the avatar, and they're all like the virtues of the avatar, where there were moral consequences for what you did out in the world. I just thought that was like, there are all these elements to it that gave it so much depth comparatively to what you would see in anything that looked like an RPG at the time. And Ultima 5 I thought was even better. I played through Ultima 6, which I also enjoyed at the time. I think 5 was my favorite. And then by the time 7 came out, I didn't have anything that could run it. So I've never played 7 all the way through. I bought it on a retro basis over the past several years, and I've dabbled with it a couple times. But I feel like 7 for me at this point is just too dated. It's too rough for me to get into. I'm a Call of Duty boy, confirmed. You have on PS4. You played on there. Okay. Yeah, it seems to me that Red Dead Redemption 2 is gonna look pretty fantastic no matter where you play it. But PC definitely has the ability to push it beyond what the consoles could do if you have the right setup for it. But I know I've been pretty blown away by seeing it on mine. I mean, there's just plenty of times where I just be looking at the screen, just be like, wow, this just looks so amazing. And it's so, I don't know, it's better than real life. It looks better than real life. It's higher quality visuals. Magnavox Odyssey, I barely even remember that. Gunfighter. The first game that I remember playing on the Apple was Lode Runner. Did anyone ever play that? It looked like a platformer where you run back and forth and you like dig, you cause the ground to disintegrate and you dig holes and you try to like trap enemies down in the holes and stuff. Anyways, I thought it was awesome when I was 9 years old. 4 was good. 5 was masterful. Yeah, what I've heard is that 7 is considered the height of the series. I think a problem that I had with 7 though is I can't remember what 6's combat was like, but I really liked the turn-based combat in 4 and 5, Ultima 4 and 5. And 7 was kind of this real-time, you didn't really control your party. And for some reason, I found that really jarring. And again, I didn't try it until many years later, but I'm thinking if they had done 7 again with like turn-based combat, I might have even liked it more, even though that might have been more antiquated. Let's see. Ultima 5, you couldn't possibly beat it that fast. Well, let's see. 4 was too easy to beat without doing much? I don't remember that, but the thing is, maybe I took forever, and I didn't know the steps to take. There was a lot of trial and error. I mean, I spent like a whole summer playing Ultima 4. It was just, and Ultima 5 was a bit like that too. Like those were games that for me, you got them, and you just like, that's the game that I played for a summer, like a whole summer vacation. That was the game that I played. And I was totally into it the whole time. Matsus, you knew Lode Runner? I never did custom maps. And hey, what's up, Perfect Black? Odyssey came out in 1978. And it sounds like, I remember the name Odyssey. In fact, I try to remember if I ever beat Ultima 4. I know I got right to the end, and I know I couldn't figure out what to do. I was at, like, some lava place, and I had Mondane's skull, and I was supposed to do something with it. And back then, it's not like you could just look it up on the internet. It's like if you couldn't figure out what to do, you were fucked. That was it. It's like you just had to have some inspiration in the middle of the night, and you'd run back and boot up the game, and maybe you had it that time. What's going on, Perfect Black? You caught me. It's my 4-year anniversary stream. My very first game I ever streamed was Alien Isolation. As it is, I've been streaming for over an hour now. I haven't started playing the game yet. Mostly I just wanted to hang out. Excuse me. And I'm getting over a cold still, too. I'm a little messed up. Oh, it says break time. I meant to say welcome, but this actually works out because I need to use the restroom. And we're already on the break screen. So, give me a couple minutes. I'm going to use the restroom, then I'll come back. I'm back now. And then I'm back on. Here we go. Your copy Ultima 4 was pirated. That was my friend who had it, who introduced me to it. Got a pirated version. All his games were pirated. His older brother had a modem where he could call someplace and download games. But they had a Commodore and I had an Apple, so their versions wouldn't work on my computer. And so I got to try a bunch of stuff at his house. But Ultima, I tried at his house, and that was a game that I got obsessed. I feel a little bad about it too, because I would go to his house and want to spend the night because I wanted to after we go to bed, I would get on that computer and I'd play Ultima until like 2 in the morning. And I'd be like, "Hey, what are you doing this weekend? Mind if I come over?" At a certain point, I think he put his foot down. I'm still friends with him today. So we got past the Ultima chapter. But yeah, that was one of the earliest times I encountered a game that I became so uncontrollably obsessed with. I mean, where it's interfering with a relationship, you could call it an addiction. Met a company rep and told you have problems and they mailed you a replacement disc? Well, that's cool. Maybe a new game to celebrate the channel anniversary? Pick some shitty game off Steam and stream it? I think I'm gonna stream Alien Isolation. And well, it's been hinting that that's what I was gonna do for an hour now, and I haven't done it. The idea is that this is the game that I first streamed 4 years ago. 4 years ago this very night, I sat down for my first YouTube gaming stream. The game was Alien Isolation Survivor Mode. And now, 4 years later, here we are again. And I'm still running a shitty stream, don't know what I'm doing. The only difference is I'm exactly 4 years older. Well, and I got a brand new PC. Let's see. And hello, Darkland. Thank you for wishing me a happy anniversary. I appreciate that. Let's see. I think I will actually be...
45 seconds of gameplay.
Now let's see if I can get OBS to capture my game, buddy. Capture the damn... How come it's not showing? Why is it not showing? That's really weird. It's not showing like the words. All right, let's reload it and see if what happens. That's really strange. Usually it either will hook the game or it won't. Oh, it's also playing The Outer Worlds. That's kind of a fun... It's like Fallout, except I think it's not as big as Fallout. But that's a game that I got a couple weeks ago that I got really into as well. Alright, where's my Alien Isolation icon? Yeah, there you are. It still says I live in LA? Well, gotta keep a low profile. Oh, is this the problem? Why is it so flippin' big? Oh. What am I streaming at 320p or some shit? Well, that explains what happened. Let me make sure I'm not streaming at like 3000p or something. I do like Outer Worlds. Maxie, I see Ava with the big ol' eyeballs. Looking eyeballs. And welcome, Ava. I did see you were here, but I think when I was in the bathroom. Got so much going on, but thank you for coming to my 4-year anniversary. 1080. No, see, full screen. Well, this is not full screen resolution, but here. Let's do 19. Let's do 1080, shall we? What? Hold on. Is this thing streaming? What even is 2160? Alright. Well, I'm wondering if I can get away at streaming at 3 times its natural resolution. Maybe I should. Well, if my monitor can't do 4K and YouTube can't do 4K, why the hell would I run it at 4K? Alright. Come on back. That was bizarre. Alright. I don't have a 4K display. I have a 1080p display. So, I don't know why it would just by default launch in 4K resolution. Seems a little excessive. What do I plan on doing with the excessively powerful processor on my new computer? Well, one thing I was hoping I'd be able to do is use software, the software streaming, CPU-based streaming codecs without impacting my game performance. But I already wasn't able to do that with Red Dead Redemption yesterday, or on who's it? Sunday when I had my accidental stream. So that was one of the things that I had in mind though when I got the CPU, was that I'm so tired of having to strike a balance and having streaming create such an impact on the gameplay that I have to sacrifice quality. So I was hoping that a powerful CPU would allow me to circumvent those limitations. I'm gonna have 100,000 tabs of porn. It doesn't affect the game. I'm not 100% sure that's true. Is it? What did Noxire say? Alien isolation and the 100,000 tabs of porn? So it's something in the video card, doesn't make use of the video RAM, doesn't make use of any of the power that's devoted to games. If that is the case, that's something I'm not aware of. But I mean, I'm not an expert, so maybe I didn't need the powerful processor. But again, one of my rationales for getting a powerful processor was, since games tend to be more GPU reliant, I was hoping to not take any resources away from the GPU. But I need to look into this to myself. I mean, I think, or Chaos, you tend to know a lot of shit about this, so my inclination is to believe you. But it also doesn't. It does not confirm what in my head I had assumed. It seems counterintuitive. So this beast will last me quite a few years. If you have OBS set up wrong, you might not be using. I'm not using NVENC, the NVIDIA encoder right now. And in particular, like I said, the reason I'm not is because I thought that would drain video graphics card resources, which I thought I'm gonna get a ridiculously powerful CPU so that so I don't have to use my graphics card. But if it doesn't make a difference, no, I also was comparing, because on Sunday, using the CPU resulted in worse performance frame rate wise when I was streaming Red Dead Redemption, and it was crashing. The crashes I experienced as well. I was using CPU encoding. What I did notice though, when I went back and reviewed the stream, is that the image quality on the frames were not as smooth, but the image quality on the CPU rendering was noticeably superior, like vastly superior, in terms of less like image smudging, like pixelation, that sort of thing. The portion of the stream that I had CPU encoding going was much cleaner for some reason. Invic process will capture on your card without swapping out from the system RAM first. Oh, I think I remember seeing something about that. Alright, I'm gonna play a little bit of game, right? Shouldn't I do that? Maybe I will. We'll just hopefully put all the technical worries aside for a moment. See, gotta get the kids from school home dressed into the school dance. Alright, Abe. Well, given the fact that I'm probably going to bed within the next hour, I'm gonna doubt that I'm gonna see you if you got all that to do before you can come back. But Ava, thank you for making it to my 4-year anniversary, my 4-year streaming anniversary, and I hope you have a fantastic day. Let's see. I'm gonna do one of these things. Do survivor mode. Which one? Lost contact. Endurance mode. No, not that. Yeah, I forget which one I like. 10 stages. Alright, let's do this. We'll mess around with this one. Wait, do I have the right thing up? Alright. And I always like playing Ripley, Amanda. All the loves, thank you. Wonderful times and laughs for you and your channel. It's been 3 years. You've been here through almost all of it. Thank you, Ava. Alright, yeah, this is, I can feel, I mean, this game runs pretty smooth as it is, but I think everything's maxed out. Field of view. That's as far as it goes. 47 field of view. That's a weird number to have as a max. Now did it crash? Okay. What? It acted like it just changed something. I didn't tell it to change anything. Okay. Let's see, definitely much has changed. 10,000% more subs, but 10,000 less gameplay. Actually, I probably, let's see, 2 years ago, I did have a spurt of growth in 2017. That's the year that I did VidCon. But honestly, I have not gained subs since 2017. Like in 2018, whatever gains I made, I lost again, and I'm back down. Well, last time I checked, I've been stuck. I've been back down to 1,800 subs. I was almost to 1,900, and I'm back down to 1,800. It just slowly ticks away. It's because I'm not interacting with like any kind of streaming community in a way that would encourage growth. I've stopped doing that. Let's see. You want my beard, Keith? It's still an experimental phase. Yeah, I was at 1,900. Okay, I guess I was off. It was 19. That's right, because I was up. I think at my highest I was up to like the 1980s, because I was almost going to hit that 2,000 mark, and then it just like slowly went down, just leached away. Like I don't really get new subs anymore. Like maybe once every 2 or 3 months, one person will sub. And then in the meantime, there's this natural attrition on YouTube. Channels get deleted, subs go away over time. So it was a little disheartening that I was this close to 2,000. I never made it. I was hoping it would have been nice if we just pushed over to that 2,000 mark and then stopped growing, because then I could be like, I have over 2,000 subs. So, but see, it really doesn't matter so much, because it's like, I've said this a bunch of times, I don't necessarily want more people in my streams. All the people that come to my streams are the people that I want to be here. I don't want a whole bunch of like extra randos here. I enjoy my actual streams perfectly now, because every time I come on here, the same people show up, and they're the same people that I actually want to hang out with. Which is really the only reason I've kept streaming. It's not because I want to grow a channel anymore, it's because I made friends with you guys on here, and this is where I hang out with you, so... That's why, if I was that worried about numbers, I would have rage quit. I would have rage quit a year ago when my channel started shrinking. I would have been like, fuck this shit. You'll make 2,000 accounts? Keith? Alright, man. Yeah, it's true, Jazz. But even before, like last year, I still would have had time to do that, but last year I just lost the motivation. Like last year was a rough year. And it was just sort of, I lost the motivation. I sort of, at a certain point last year, I just decided, I don't think I'm cut out to do this, like, professionally. I don't think I've got the temperament or the patience. Like, if I actually grew a channel that got real big and I had a big audience, I don't think I would enjoy dealing with that many people. And all the trolls and all the other bullshit. All the, like, I feel like the people that come in here now are people I actually like. And I feel like the people that didn't fit in don't come here, you know. They like all the kids when you get the Minecraft raids and all that shit. Those people don't come back. It's like it's the people that when you have 100,000 subs and you have 2,000 people watching you on a stream, most of those people are people I don't want to hang out with anyways. So there we go. Back in the day, 16 randos joined, and now they're regulars. Exactly. But it's been a very long process. Ava, let me see if we got the notifier set up properly. This will be my first notifier on my new OBS setup. Yes! Thank you, Ava. For those Aussie $5. Thank you for that. 4 years strong. That's right. And 2 years for Animal. For Keith. Yeah. Before there's been a lot of people join my channel, and there's still plenty of people that have come and gone over the years that don't hang out here anymore that I like. It's not that everyone who's not here are people that I'm like good riddance, but when you get big numbers, you end up with like there's a lot of people you're just not connected with, or you know they're just the numbers, they're just there, and the people who keep showing up are people I actually like. I know everybody that comes in here. I know everyone that comes in here. And I like that. I like everybody that comes in here. Perfect way to exit. Thank you for that, Ava. Thank you so much. It's so nice to see you. I see everybody on my 4-year anniversary. Yay! The night that started it all. With this very game. Clang, clang, clang. Love my streams. Kick it with you and chill. While I get me some gaming in also. Yeah, that's a thing that's there's certain games that I'll play that I'll love having streams on in the background. Certain games not. Like Red Dead, I don't want nothing interfering with my Red Dead Redemption. Certain games I do not want any distractions. But games like American Truck Simulator, or like when I was playing Kenshi before, or strategy games, there's all sorts of games that I can play where I want to have something going on the side, and that's when I tend to get into like, hey, I should hang out some streams again. Let's see, Nick C's doing his. Well, Nick C's got a pretty heavy gaming calendar. But Brad, where's PokeFan? PokeFan does still pop in from time to time. PokeFan pops in. He says hi. And I feel like PokeFan's got a bad rap. Okay? I feel like he probably has grown up. He was a child before. Now he's a little less of a child. I don't know how old he is, but I feel like PokeFan grew up, has become more, I don't know, less like a look at me kid, you know. So when he does come in here, he just pops in, he says hey, and how you doing? And he you know, he doesn't stick around. That's all right. But you know, those are the ones that get a little problematic when they're kind of like a kid and they come in and they're like, look at me, pay attention to me, say my name, streamer, say my name. Maybe he is, Brad. I don't know. Is he? All I know is he used to act a certain way that was at times a little bit overbearing, and he stopped acting that way. And I assumed it was because, like, he matured. But I never disliked him, but I could see why people why people were not particularly thrilled when he'd come into the chat. Because he seemed like a kid. He acted like a kid. You're an adult once May hits? For some reason, Keith, I thought you were already like 25 years old. But I don't know. I didn't think of you as a kid. But yeah, once you're getting up in the higher teens, anyways, it can go either way. There are people in their teens that are like really still like kids, and then there are people in their teens that are basically like almost adults already. If you were mean enough, he'd leave. Solid system. All right, let's hold on. Where the hell is my? Here we go. Restore power. Noisemaker and survival pack. I like noisemakers. That's good. Oh yeah, this is one of those things where once you get going. Oh, this is so. I mean, this game is always smooth, but my God, this is smooth. I wonder how many frames this is running at. Do I have VSync on? I don't even know if they give VSync an option. Yeah, it is on. So that means well, my monitor can run at 75. Sometimes games get confused on whether VSync is 75 or 60 frames. It's kind of a weird feature on my monitor. But this is feeling like smooth AF. It's not looking quite as smooth on my stream preview though. Huh. Oh, here we go. Smooth as butter. Let's see. Let's start with this. Silky smooth. Well, like WoW, I always have VSync on, but it locks at 60. So But I also think my monitor might be a little weird. Like, maybe it's normal, its default is 60, but it can boost to 75? I don't know. It's kind of a weird, odd feature that it goes to 75. Like, I think there's something, it's like 75 with an asterisk or something. You thought I was a skinny 24-year-old who was in college before I got my base cam? Whoa, clang, 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 clang. Whoops. Shh, 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 pipecock, shh. Shit's a fucking alien. But thank you, Lord Chaos. Clang denied. All right. What? Return to the safe room, huh? But what about all the... I forget. Is this stuff you gather? You get to keep it? Because I know I can go back right now and finish this part of the mission. Low power. But I feel like it is of benefit. Hold on, now I'm getting confused because I keep wanting to crouch using control, but control is not making me crouch, which is tripping me out. So I want to see if control gets used for anything. And if it doesn't, I'm going to remap my gamepad so that they're both C. And then if for some reason I need control later, I can change it back. I have a feeling there's some weird combo, like when I'm pushing a certain lever, I need to hit control or some bullshit, but we'll see. You thought I was a blonde? Let me see. Oh. I bet everybody thought I looked like Narcos before they saw me when I looked like in real life. I don't think I sound necessarily the way that I look. Like, some people sound the way they look. I don't think I sound the way that I look. And it was one of the funny things when we went to VidCon, and Dark Jake was there. I don't know if Dark Jake's still in here. But there was a point at which we were in a room at the streamer house with a few other people, and I was talking with somebody, and there were a couple of people like at the other side of the room, and they were like talking. I think they were talking about me low, like thinking I wasn't hearing them. It wasn't bad, but they're like, "Oh my gosh, he sounds exactly like he does in his streams." And I think it was tripping them out because, you know, you see someone in person and they don't look the way you think they're gonna look. Because that was back before I had no one had seen my webcam at that point. I would sometimes throw up that picture with the tuxedo, and that was it. They all thought I was an 18-year-old gamer girl. I was at least 6'6". I could still be 6'6". You don't know. Who knows? Dark Jake knows how tall I am. You can't tell how tall I am on my camera. You can't tell I'm not an 18-year-old... Whoa! An 18-year-old blonde girl. You know that. Alright. I do believe... that was not a good way for me to go. Oh, fuck it! Get it! Get in there! Shit! Here, let's just go in here. Let's stop this cycle right now. He's still right outside that damn door. Oh no. Oh no, no, no. How do I hold my breath? Let's get the fuck out of here. Fuck! No! No, no, no! What's the point of reloading my current save? I'm on the first of 10 stages, and it's permadeath. And once you start the first one going, it gives you a 2-hour timer. Oktoberfest Part 2. I never did do the rest of my giveaways for October. Unfortunately, with my new stream setup, I don't have it set up yet to do all the stuff that I need to do, like the wheel and all that. I'm not even sure I have the games list readily available for my giveaways. But that was one thing that I realized after my last stream in October. I was planning on Halloween. It was a week before Halloween, and Halloween I was going to do a blowout with all the rest of the giveaways that I hadn't done yet. That's what I did last year too. I had a list of giveaways, and whatever was left, I gave all that stuff away on Halloween. And this year, Halloween is exactly the day that I got sick. Like, I woke up on Halloween, it's like, shit, I'm too sick to go to work today. I stayed home from work. And I've been sick ever since. What's RIP? When I see RIP, I think the stream died. This makes me paranoid. Subscribe to G-Law out here! Thank you, Batus. To all of you hanging out in here who are not yet subscribed to the Gaming Lawyer, please consider supporting my channel in that way. I know there are many, many of you out there right now who are like, you know, I've been watching G-Law for 3, maybe 4 years. Haven't decided whether I want to sub yet. Still on the fence. Listen to Matus. Matus has wisdom in his words. Alright, let's try this again, shall we? Actually playing some Alien Isolation. You know what? Where should I think I'm going to move my camera, though. I'm being so ADD right now. Oops. There, that looks better right there. It's a pretty little camera. Put it right there. I have a large delay showing 8.2 seconds. Huh. I'm curious to see what settings I'm on. I feel like I leave that stuff alone largely. Like I haven't consciously changed many settings in years. It doesn't even say what it's set to. Enable DVR? Normal latency, low latency, ultra low latency. Nothing is checked. Maybe it's because I'm midstream. But there's 3 different boxes for stream optimization and none of them are checked. I'm going to have to look into that. They're also trying to nudge everybody over to some new version of like live events streaming. That's the new how YouTube has decided they want you to do it. And I've been resisting that. So maybe they're punishing me by making my settings shitty. Oh, you want the good settings you used to be able to do? You have to use our new streaming interface that you're ignoring. And maybe if Gila answers my question, I will. Oh, shit! Jaws was thinking about it. Well, how'd I find Chauncey? Well, let me tell you a story. No, it's actually... Here. This is worth being away from the game for a second. It was a dark and stormy night. Chauncey got out. Chauncey got out. She was on my shoulder and someone came to the door. And I thought, well, I'll crack the door open on this side and have her on this shoulder. So she won't. But of course, the first thing she happens, she hears a stranger talk. She flips out, flies outside. And I went back in. I got her cage. Because she's got a little travel cage that we used when we moved. and it was still assembled. Like we still had it assembled because sometimes when if I go in another room and if she's feeling like freaking out because she's by herself, I'll put her in the travel cage so she can come. We can move her into other rooms, and yet she will not be all running all over all the furniture, shitting on everything, as she would be inclined to do if she were free to. So yeah, by the time I got the cage and went outside, I couldn't find her, and we looked for her for about an hour all around, looking in bushes, looking up in trees. Couldn't find her at all. And so basically I basically gave up. I was like, we'll keep the windows and doors open, but if a bird flies out, and because like we've lost other birds and they cry, they screech, they're scared, they make noise because they're scared because they don't know where they are, they don't know how to fly, they don't know, they're lost, they're panicked, they're scared. And I thought she must have just flown off, and because they can't control, they can't navigate, they don't know what they're terrible being outdoors, they don't know how to do it. So I thought when she took off, she must have just flown. I mean, that's what happened with the last bird. He got in a tree, he didn't know how to get back down, and he was crying, screaming the whole time. And then finally he tried to get out of the tree, and he freaked out, and he flew in circles higher and higher and higher, and then he just took off onto the horizon, and I never heard from him again. That was the end of that bird. That bird was gone. That was her mate, Diego. Like when I was first doing YouTube, he used to screech and make a lot of noise during my videos. And I think I still had him when I started streaming too, but I streamed at night, so he was sleeping. But yeah, so I thought she was gone. And it was like 3 hours later, 2 or 3 hours later, my brother-in-law, like, I think I hear the bird outside. And I was like, no, she's gone by now. And we went out and we found her up in a tree, like out by the street, like across the parking lot. And he spotted her. I would never have spotted her. I don't even know how he spotted her. But he spotted her, and she was, as I got near the tree, she got scared, and she flew up really, really high into the tree where I could never get her. And then she just hid, and she was very quiet. She was more like hiding, like a deer caught in headlights. She just hid up there. And I waited out there for about 2 hours. I even brought like a fold-up chair. I bought her food. I brought her cage. And I was hoping she would come down. And she just was acting like a little, like, statue. She's acting like she was invisible. Like, don't see me. And so finally, my brother-in-law is like a lot more agile and fit and everything. And he was like, if you want, I can climb that tree. And I was like, well, you're not going to be able to get her. She's just going to get scared and fly off. And that was my only hope, though. Eventually, I was like, well, if we can get her to fly off, and she's a terrible flyer, she's not used to it, she doesn't have any, like, endurance for flight, maybe she'll end up landing someplace where we can get at her. And that's what ended up happening. He climbed a tree. When he got close to her, she freaked out. She flew away. She circled like a wide area for a while. First, she ran out of juice and just crashed in the middle of the street. And then as I was getting near her in the street, and like cars were passing her and stuff, as I got near her in the street, she took off again and flew to the edge of the street into a low hedge. And I brought her travel cage over there. And I had like a dish towel, a little towel. And I just went up to her and I put my hand out, and she jumped right onto my hand. If I tried to walk back to the cage, she would have flown away. So once she was on my hand, then I grabbed her in the towel and I carried her back to her travel cage and put her inside. So that is how we saved Chauncey. Did I show you guys that picture? Let me see. See what I can find. I have a picture of her up in the tree. Yeah. Yeah, that's her up in the face cam. Let me move this up. That's Chauncey up in the tree. I think you could see her pretty well. It was real hard to spot her. And if you looked away for a second, because she was really high up in there, if you looked away for a second and looked back, you might not be able to see her anymore. But yeah, that's where she was up there for like, in that same spot in the middle of those leaves. She's up there for like 2 or 3 hours without moving. So anyway. Yep. So that's what happened to Chauncey. So, Joss, after all of that, I not only answered your question, I brought visual aids. Will you consider subscribing to me now? No pressure. Let's see. Hey, what's up, Nolan Wolf? Yeah, it is quite a saga. Maybe she did go out to find Diego. For the epic tale of the quest to find Chauncey. So it's great. Actually, no, you spelled Chauncey correctly. At least that's how I spell Chauncey. I don't know if there's an actual proper way of spelling Chauncey. In fact, now that I'm thinking about it, I'm gonna Google it. Oh, Joss subscribed. Thanks, man. Here, let's get that pipe cop go. The pipe cock go. Pipe cop. Pipe cop. There he is. La 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 la. No more cool Japanese money. Yeah, where there's just numbers, I don't know what they mean. They always sound really impressive. Let me see. No, it looks like Chauncey is spelled. What I wasn't sure about is if it was spelled with a C-E-Y. But it looks like that is how, when the name Chauncey is a name, that's exactly how it's spelled. So now, it's no longer just randomly the way I decide to spell her name. Alright. A sacrifice from your alcohol fund. Well, I hope it was worth... I hope the intoxication of a great bird story was enough to comfort the empty, alcohol-free hole that you're going to experience for the lack of that funding. I feel like I gave you at least $5 worth of epic bird tales.
45 seconds of gameplay.
And technically speaking, for the amount of money that I can bill an hour, you got that time pretty cheap. Losing a bird sounds way scarier than a cat or dog. Yeah, well, it's different because they're so helpless compared to a cat or dog. Like a cat, I've had cats freak out and climb way up in trees and not know how to get down. That's the thing, the stupid thing that cats can do, where they'll get helpless. But in general, when a dog runs off and it's being difficult, the problem is the dog is just way too interested in what's going on. It's like, oh, what's over here? Oh, what's over here? And you try to get the dog and they're like, fuck you, I'm looking around, leave me alone. Where the bird is like, it's heartbreaking because the bird is damn terrified. Hey, look, my finger got stuck in my butthole's back. It is spooky. Now, the reason I'm streaming this game is because this is my 4-year anniversary of my very first stream. And this is what I played on my very first stream. Was Alien Isolation. These bonus challenges. So, that's how I'm celebrating my 4-year anniversary. Get on a roof and not know how to get down. Yeah, that's the cat's talent that gets it in trouble. It's really good at climbing stuff that it doesn't know how to get down from again. I love the first two. My finger got stuck. But I think we decided I was going to call you Finger, right? Last time you're here. So yeah, Finger. Here's how I feel about the movies. I love the first one. I love the second one. I love them for different reasons. They feel like very different movies. Very different types of movies. I kind of like to pretend that the end of the second one was just the end of the franchise. So, I'm not going to get into it, but let's just say that the setup for the third one completely invalidated the first two for me. And it almost made me feel like I would prefer to consider this fan fiction where somehow they convinced some members of the original cast, like Sigourney Weaver, to show up for a film shoot. But the person that wrote it was like not authorized. It was not canon. It was just some cash grab. Okay, we're on the same page, my finger. I actually did like Covenant. And given that they had to start with they had to continue where 3 left off. Ooh. Oh, fuckers. Here, let's open this shit. Things just got real, guys. S. Oh, fuck you. Nope. Alright, I think we just need to get the hell out of here. Let's get the hell out of here. There's a lot more that I could have done in here, but I'm not going to. Yeah, I sort of like... I like the new ones, all right. They don't resonate with me the same way that the original ones did. Again, I feel like it's like a reboot. I don't think they're necessarily even supposed to be reboot. I think they're supposed to be prequels, aren't they? But yeah, the newer ones are okay. I don't love them. They're not like Alien and Aliens, which I've watched over and over and over and over again. Prometheus I've watched twice, and I think the other one I watched twice, but it was because I had friends over that wanted to see it, so we watched. That's the reason I watched it again. I haven't seen the new Joker yet. I need to. I haven't been into movies for some reason. I've been more into like playing games. Let's see, score token. Bolt gun, I like that shit. Alright, let's do the bolt gun. I want to see the new Joker though. It sounds really good. You see the spoof on SNL called Oscar? Where it's like the origin stories for Oscar the Grouch? I thought that was pretty funny. They make it sound super demented. From the twisted minds who brought you Sesame Street. It's all creepy and shit. Excuse me. The first movie you've seen since Infinity War, dang. I can't remember the last movie I saw in the theater. I want to say it was The Force Awakens. The Force Awakens is the last movie that I recall seeing in a movie theater. Which tells you it's been a while. I feel like I must have seen... Okay. Gosh. Okay. A little nervous. A little nervous I haven't seen... Oh, there he is. Or she. Nope. Where can I hide? Can I hide in here? Yeah, I know the The last time I went to a theater, it was pretty nice. Where the hell is it? It's up in the goddamn vents! Oh, this was not apparently the way for me to go. Oh no. I'm just gonna cower in this corner until it corners me. Eh. Alright. You keep going, bitch! Here's all my flamethrower fuel. Oh, that's all I needed? Wait, where does this one go? I can't get in there yet. Alright. No, pick it up and go, dude. Nick! You were expecting a stream? I didn't even realize. I actually set it. I'd forgotten to even set it. I set it on my phone to remind me that today was my 4-year anniversary. So I was at work today, my pocket buzzed, and I was like, "Oh shit! I should see if I can get a stream going." But because I was so dissatisfied with my Streamlabs experience, I would not commit in advance to launching a stream, and the reason for that is I was going to start from. I'd have to install OBS and start from scratch to do my whole stream setup over again, and I wasn't sure I'd have time to do that and still be able to want to stream afterward. But I did. As soon as I came home, I went straight to my computer and I installed OBS and I immediately started putting my scenes together and all that shit. And then I was able to. I had it ready at exactly 7. How does crafting work? I'm forgetting how shit works. Here we go. Molotov noisemaker. Here I am paying attention to the damn game again. Alright, I should maybe save up for some Molotovs. But yeah, so you missed my my epic hour and 20 minutes of welcome screen. And I played Walter the Hobo Vampire. Stun baton. I like the stun baton. And there's Owlie. Owlie, did I say hi? I have face hair. Yeah, I have just not shaved for about 2 or 3 weeks. I'm gonna see if I can grow something resembling a respectable beard, but I'm not super optimistic. I have not been super successful. Usually, I'll try to grow a beard and it'll just end up looking a little bit like garbage.
This could require my attention.
Oh no, it's these dudes.
What was that?
Fucking guys. What I can't remember is, does Alien also on this level, or is it just these dickheads? I think it might be both. Update Discord and join D-Law Discord. I haven't messed around with Discord in a while. I supposedly am supposed to be doing at least monthly sponsor special only events, but obviously I haven't been doing so great on that count. Nope. Am I picking up that robot, or is there an alien out there too? That's what I can't remember. I look like a I feel like right now I just look like a dude that doesn't have good... It's just unkempt. Like I'm just not taking care of myself. Like, oh, what the hell? G-Law really let himself go. Look at that. Looks like he stopped shaving. But it's starting to fill in. This is usually about the point when I've tried to grow beards in the past where I'm just like, no, this looks fucked up. Like, I don't think it's working out. Alright, so that's... Is that another one right out here? Yeah, there most certainly is. Let's see, do I have a wrench? Hold on. Gotta remember how all this shit works. Bolt gun, flamethrower. The bolt gun's not bad. I could, if there weren't so many of those fuckers out there, I could mess up some shit with a bolt gun. Oh, you fucker. I only have 4 bolts, though. I look like your friend's dad? Probably old enough to be your friend's dad, too. Hey, Arius. By the way, hi, Arius Owl. Oh! Nope. Fuck you. This is really hard. And you're supposed to get through 10 levels of this shit? You're supposed to get through 10 levels of this shit without dying? Wait, where's my, Where's my... Damn it! Damn it! Why do I feel like this game's fun? Did I like this game? You guys remember? Did I like this? I feel like this game's a bunch of bullshit. I look like some weirdo you met online? Oh, fuck you. That's all I needed to do was push that button. They mostly come at night. Mostly. I need a bullshit suit. The bitch suit.
I'm going to catch you.
No. They mostly come at night. Mostly. He's just gonna be there. Fuck you. Go ahead. You just be there, buddy. You're not the alien. I can outrun your shit. You're slow. You're slow. There's no reason I should have ever got caught by you assholes. Door locked! Oh. Okay. Whew. Mostly. They mostly come at night. Mostly. I have to admit, I recently, like last weekend, watched Alien and Aliens again. Thank you, Owly. I will try not to die. Still got my runny nose. They mostly come at night. Mostly. Bolt gun. Got 5 charges on the stun baton. That's not a lot, is it? It's game over, man. It's game over. They're gonna get in here, they're gonna come in here, and they're gonna kill us. Calm down, Hudson. Smoke bomb. Or EMP. Smoke bomb. I don't know if I've ever used it, but it probably could come in handy. The EMP though. Yeah, we'll get the EMP. Why the hell not? Instant ramen noodles in years, preferring for the college life again. Now that we don't live in LA anymore, because we lived right by Koreatown, we had like the hookups for all the best ramen. Now I have to order my Shin ramen on Amazon. I just got a new supply, a 10-pack. A 10-pack for $19 and something or other. It wants me to go in here. Yep. Smooth as butter. Also, it is taking up 34% of my processor. So, streaming is rather taxing. I need to do more experimentation. I'm using CPU streaming, but fuck! Dude, get out of there! Fuck you! How do I get away? How do I make it close? Close the fucking thing! Alright. Oh, Q. Alright. Is there a lock button? No, there is not. There's just this thing that's gonna probably make a shitload of noise. You've turned into this isn't compared to real ramen. Are you talking about like where you go to a restaurant? What is this doing? Alright. It's just time to briskly head back. Oh, fuck you! Then you gotta start all over again. Because you don't get checkpoints into the survival mode. You gotta start all over. This is like the 3rd or 4th stage I'd gotten to. Alright. Start over again. I was fumbling to get my flamethrower out. And it wasn't letting me. This time, I mean business. Getting that noisemaker. I gotta remember to use those damn tools sometimes. Best sushi in Australia, huh? Is it just randomly, or is there something about Australia and their supply, like their access to fish, that makes it superior? You happen to just luck into a really good sushi joint. Picking up that. So now I'm a little bit curious, like, does the alien even come out? Before, like, until you turn the power on in this stage? Come on, come on! Alright. Okay, this time, as an experiment, I'm gonna look around first, and then turn the power on. It seems like as soon as I turn the power on, that's when the alien shows up. Unless the alien's just here already. But I never see the alien until I turn the power on. Oh yeah, there's a flashlight too. I mean, it seems like a pretty dumbass move if I'm gonna use it, but I've got it. You guys give me a hankering for chicken. Alright. Yeah, I feel like I've got, like, free reign of the damn place right now. Oh, did I already forget how this works? Nope. Probably could have opened that from the other side too, with that little hand crank thing. Yeah, I do feel like this is being awfully forgiving by me not turning the power on. Like, there is nary an alien to be seen. Exactly. What alien? I'm just a dude that works at a station. Nothing to see here. Nothing but silky smooth, beautiful, all settings and ultra graphics. I am enjoying the super silky smooth graphic experience. I'm not sure if it's coming off on the stream. I'm gonna have to look later to see how this amazing graphical silky smooth treat is coming across on the actual stream. But I'm telling you, this game always ran smooth on my old system. But right now, this is just, I feel like I'm all lubed up and I've gone in, you know? It's probably a bad metaphor. Although I did check a box today. There's some sort of new thing where you have to set your channel to whether it's like kid friendly or not. And you can click a thing that just says nothing on my channel is kid friendly. And if you don't, then you have to decide on video by video, set it to whether it's kid friendly or not. So I just like said, fuck it, my whole channel is not kid friendly. And alright. So I don't know what that's gonna translate to. It probably means that none of the good sponsors are gonna give me money or something. There goes my Pepperidge Farms, Pepsi, all the good ones. All the ones that start with P, apparently. Pepperidge Farms, Pepsi, potatoes. You know, all the good stuff. Potomac, the river. Tourism Board, Potomac, however you say it. Potomac. Can you curse like a sailor? 18, that's how you do 18 plus. How's that going anyway, Owly? It seems like you've been, based on your Twitter activity, it seems like you've been getting back into like a regular streaming thing for a little bit now. You've been very engaged. Are you building up? See, here's the thing that would happen. This is exactly what would happen. Now Owly's coming in here and I'm being like, oh, how's your little stream thing going? And you're like, oh yeah, it's going pretty good. It's like you got 40,000 subscribers. You're rocking like 2,000 viewers a night. You're just like, yeah, it's all good, G-Law. It's all good. I like to stop by roots. Stop by G-Law reminds me of like the small times when I used to hang out with, before I was famous, when I used to hang out with little people that no one ever heard of before, like Gaming Lawyer. Let me see. How was I doing this again? We're gonna make a noisemaker, yeah? I can make another one? I can make a Molotov though, can't I? Can I make anything else? Gaming Lawyer Channel, now sponsored by KY Jelly. Do you want the smoothest frame rate? Rockin' the KY Jelly. You tell your friends about the Skyrim G-Law days? You're like, yeah, it's back when, there's shortcuts for these things? Back before I was famous and I used to hang out with people on YouTube that no one ever heard of before, like Gaming Lawyer. No, where was the key mapping? One, two, three, four. Okay, so flamethrower is 3. I don't want to change anything. No. I just want to see what the buttons are. Right now it doesn't. Right now it doesn't matter because I don't have shit. But what about all the other? I have a bunch of other things though. Do I have to do it here? I'm getting frustrated now. Because the whole point is, if I'm going to build all these little tools, I got to remember to use them. But now I don't know. I don't know how to use them. Options, game, input mapping, radial menus for crafting. Tab menu, maybe? No, I don't want to save any changes. I'm being all grumpy now because I don't understand what's happening. Okay, I guess this is the way that I do it. Damn it! Okay, now we need to come over here. And let's see, what was the next thing? A bolt gun or survival pack. I like that. Bolt gun. Not wasting any time anymore. Collect the Gemini supply kit. Man, my nose is getting... I've still been taking Dayquil and NyQuil to keep my stuffy nose. Mostly it's my stuffy nose I'm trying to keep under control. Sitting there, I have it in the morning, and then around lunchtime at work, I'm like, what the hell? Why is my nose running? And I'm like, oh yeah, it's time for another dose. And it's happening again now during my stream. I keep feeling all snotty. Okay. I'm just going straight there, baby. I'm going straight where I need to know, where I need to go. Just gonna grab this, and we will be on our way. Gotta remember, you just gotta go from one stage to the next. You don't need to explore the whole level. I might not even see the alien during this stage. There, see? I could get through this whole level without even seeing the alien. I gotta remember that. I think next time I die, I'm gonna call it a night. I love this game though that it fits so well into the Alien universe, like the music and everything. Especially having just watched the film again, the music is so authentic to the original movies. Turn on God mode, so that I never die. Ah. Stuffly nose. Right, I'm gonna blow my nose again. Here, do this. I'm gonna mute you guys and turn the mic off. And turn the camera off. Alright, I feel like I made it worse now, but whatever. I'm more stuffed up now that I've blew my nose and fixed things. He's not here. Let's see, Stumbaton Survival Pack. I do like me some Stumbaton. Help civilians to escape. Okay, this is where I just need to push the button. And it's with these bitch robots that move real slow. That I don't need to be all scared of. Nope. We're just gonna come right up here and do this. Go! Fuck you! Fuck! Do you, sir? No! I'm doing it wrong! No! Fuck! Alright. Whew. Alright. Alright, see? I was not worried for a second. Everything's under control. the kink program, the automaton erotic asphyxiation program. I don't know why they don't eat the robots. I mean, they went after, if it was a good android, like Ash from Aliens, not Ash, who's the other one? Ash was the bad one from the Alien. In Aliens, it was Bishop. Bishop was the good one. Alien tore the shit out of Bishop. Maybe these guys, these working Joes, they don't look human enough. The alien's like, I'm not falling for that shit. Alright, let's see, can we make any more goodies right now? No. Is there anything else on that table that we missed? Blasting cap. Nope, not making anything else just yet. Yeah, that's right. You would eat a plastic grape. Why would they eat a plastic person? I think we were going for the EMP. Although in retrospect, maybe I should go for the smoke bomb, because the smoke bomb could theoretically be useful against the alien, which is much more dangerous. Well, those working Joes really getting under my shit tonight, though, too. Oh, I need to push the button. Yep, technology. I know all about it. Pushing the buttons, flipping switches. You could say I'm kind of a guru. Did I mention knobs? Turning knobs? Some people say I am a knob. That's how good I am with technology. Okay. No. All right. All right. I don't know what that does, but I feel like it's something that needs to be done. I thought it said, don't forget to hit that like balloon. Everybody loves it when you hit them right in the like balloon. Oh yeah, that bitch is coming this way. Bitch is like, what's this noise I keep hearing from this room over here? I heard buttons getting pushed in this room, and now I want to bite some face. I hate it when the people push the buttons, and they push the button and it makes the gas valve and everything else and go, oh! Alright, well, it is almost 9:45. This is about usually when I lay down to go to sleep. And I did say one more death. I could keep doing this all. I alternate from thinking this game is awesome, being like, I love this game. Why don't I play this game more? And every time the alien gets me, I'm like, fucking game! Why am I even playing this shit? So yeah, that's that. Let me see. I didn't adjust. I need to adjust these chats as I'm going because I had the wrong size before. There we go. That's much better. Let me see. My raid screen. That needs to be changed. Gotta have all my scenes have an appropriately sized chat. Welcome screen I already did, sort of. Get that out. See, this is the kind of fun tweaking you guys can expect now that I've started my streaming from scratch. Alright. PL. Tile. Oh, look, that's too small. It's so small! Alright. Hey, Super Grimmy! His simulation of that poor kid's mutated salamander killing G-Log because he didn't like him? Are you talking about the golden lizard? What is it called? Alright, let's go. Nope, wrong one. There we go. This is where I wanted to be. I just suddenly realized I hadn't set all the right sizes for the chat elements in my various scenes. A very basic scene setup in OBS right now. I threw them all together after work today. I feel very accomplished. I think it's very impressive. I do have all the clips that I made from my old PC and my new PC. Just got my new PC over the weekend, for those who weren't aware. The Mandalorian is starting to stream? Oh, they're doing one episode a week? I knew it was coming. I didn't realize they were... Well, I maybe knew and then forgot, excuse me, that they were not releasing all at once. Have you watched it, Nick? The Gilded Lizard. You about to call it yourself? Yeah, I need to get... I can't... Nick is one of these devious people that when I need to go knows how to engage me and suck me into a conversation, and then before I know what's happened, it's 2 hours later. Damn you, Nick. Damn you and your engaging conversation making skills. You have, so far so good. Okay. Well, hey, that's good. That's good to hear. Let me see. You won't be upset if I don't stick to my word and leave when I die again? No. I think it's time for me to go. I'm not sure if I'm going to stream again this week. We'll kind of see. What's up. This might be my stream for the week. I do need to do a little more setting up. I still feel like I need to do like a Hawktober closeout stream, do giveaways and shit. It's gonna be like, it'll be like December 12th. We'll be like, it's my Halloween. It's my annual Halloween Hawktober closeout stream. So, don't put your Halloween costumes away just yet, kids, because Halloween has not come to the Game & Lawyer channel yet. Hawktober has not officially been concluded. And then we'd spin the wheel. That's right. Step right up and spin the wheel. Take your chances and win some crap. You know, would stay hours after the stream, talking and doing karaoke. Yeah, I haven't done. I used to do karaoke a lot, and then I got frustrated with it because the audio sync was all messed up. And then after the fact, I realized it was fun originally because it was kind of novel. It was like, oh, I can't believe he's doing it. It's not that I was really a good singer or anything. And once the novelty wore off, it was a little more like, well, I guess I just do karaoke on my channel sometimes now. Maybe it's been a few weeks since I've done karaoke, so I do karaoke now, and then I do it, and a couple people be like, yay, karaoke. And then everyone else be like, fuck, what are you doing, man? I just sort of stopped doing it. I don't know. I have more pages to write. Well, that torn video was a very highly polished and recording studio quality produced bit of audio visual artistry, if you will. And I don't know that my live streaming karaoke quite lives up to that. But and Jaws, you're not sure if he's seen it, Nick? I don't have it. That's one thing I do need to add. Let me see. Okay. I should at least add it. I can find it. I know I saved it. I know it's one of the things that I brought over from the old PC to the new PC. Just a matter of navigating the completely odd organization that snowballed around my streaming videos. Was it special under special episodes?
This one goes out to Nick C., who said he had to have this in his life. Thought I saw a man brought to life. He was warm, he came around, and he was dignified. He showed me what it was to cry. Well, you couldn't be that man I adore. Don't seem to know, seem to care what your heart is for. Well, I don't know him anymore. There's nothing where he used to lie. The conversation has run dry. That's what's going on. 'Cause nothing's fine, I'm torn. I'm all out of faith. This is how I feel. I'm cold and I'm ashamed, lying naked on the floor. Illusions never change into something real. I'm wide awake and I can see the perfect sky is torn. You're a little late, I'm already torn. So I guess the fortune teller's right. I should have seen just what was there and not some holy lie. But you crawled beneath my veins and now I don't care, I have no luck. I don't miss it all that much. There's just so many things that I can't touch, I'm torn. I'm all out of faith. This is how I feel. I'm cold and I'm ashamed, lying naked on the floor. Illusions never changed into something real. I'm wide awake and I can't see the perfect sky is torn. You're a little late, I'm already torn. Torn. Nothing where you used to lie. My inspiration has run dry. That's what's going on. There's nothing right, I'm torn. I'm all out of faith. This is how I feel. I'm cold and I'm ashamed, lying naked on the floor. Illusion never changed into something real. I'm wide awake and I can't see the perfect sky is torn. I'm all out of faith. This is how I feel. Cold and I'm ashamed, powder broken on the floor. You're a little late, I'm already torn. Torn. Something. I think I was holding it pretty well together until there. All right, Nick C. I joked about doing this, and then I mentioned the joke publicly, and you said it was a thing you had to have in your life, and now it is.
All right. You know what? I'm gonna share something right now, and I've just thought about it. I don't know if I should or not, because it can totally darken the mood. But this is it's a 4-year anniversary stream, and there's something about that video that I don't think I've shared about the making of that video. That you guys are all my friends here, but it's something that I've thought about sharing a bunch of times, and I just like always feel like, no, it's just too dark. It's too dark for me to bring it up. But you remember my dad a couple years ago, he was diagnosed. He'd been in the hospital. They're trying to figure out what was wrong with him, and he was diagnosed with cancer, and then we were told he only had a couple months to live. When I got the call, we knew we were doing tests. I didn't think it was. No one thought it was going to be as serious as it was. I got the call. Did I say that? Did I share it? That I got the call, and from my stepmom, she told me that my dad was going to die soon. And the first thing that I did after I got off the phone, I went to the computer and I turned it on and I recorded that video. I don't know why that was the first thing I did, but I know over the years a couple of people have mentioned that it looks like my feels are a little too real in some parts of that song. Which is, I mean, I did it to cheer myself up in part, but it was just a really, like, it was a really significant thing that was the very first, like, when I learned that news, the very first thing that I did immediately afterwards, after I hung up the phone, as I went and I recorded that track. So now you all know something, a little behind the scenes G-Law, and I've showed that video a bunch of times. I'm not sure, I can't recall if I ever even shared that with you, Nick. And to my knowledge, I never shared that. I mean, everyone knew about my dad, and right around that time I did that video. But I don't think I actually ever shared with anyone that literally the first thing I did after I got that call, when I was reeling and not knowing how, when I was reeling from that call, the first thing I did is I recorded that torn video. So there you have it. Now those of you who were here for this moment, for as much as I'm a stumbling, goofy dude on here, I've shared with you a deeply sort of personal behind the scenes thing about something that has since become not a constant, but that torn video is something I break out once every few months, to the great enjoyment of all. And now you know something, the behind the music, if you will, the dark chapter behind the music portion of that. 10 out of 10 best origin stories since Joker. So you knew that? You played Necromancers. Okay. I couldn't remember, because I know we talked a bit, Nick, because that was one of I think the things that made me think of doing something for Nick, is because it was just a few months earlier. I think it was that same year, wasn't it? You lost your brother. So, and we talked a little bit. We talked a bit like off stream about that. So, it was the loss was something that we kind of shared a little bit that year. So, anyways, yeah. So now everyone's like, I've dumped you with this like total emotional baggage. Like, hey, here you go. Here's some heavy shit I've been meaning to unburden on somebody, and you guys just happen to be here. So here, let me ruin Torn for you forever. Okay, so yeah, that was 4 months. Yeah, I think that was I think I learned like one of the first days in November is when I got the call about my dad in 2017. So it was just a few months apart. But anyways, I think you shared that on a public Discord. I might have. I mean, honestly, that I know I had a Discord. I did do a public Discord, like that anyone was invited to after one of those streams, because I didn't want to get heavy in the stream. The very next stream after I found out about my dad, I think I announced it during the stream, but I also did not want to get heavy into it during the stream, because for the most part, I've talked with a couple people. You know, they said, hey, sometimes you don't talk about personal stuff on your stream. Like you like to keep it light, don't you? And I talk about my life and I talk about different things, but and I let it get serious sometimes, because I consider you guys friends. But for the most part, I don't unburden myself. Like, I don't go dark on my streams very often. And sometimes that's intentional, and I mean, that is intentional. I mean, first and foremost, I want my streams to be someplace that you go because it makes you feel better, because it's like it is a happy place to go, not because it's like, well, let's go see G-Law and see what his fucking problem is this week. And I think sometimes I have streams that are like that. It's like, oh god, let's go be G-Law's therapy. See what the hell's eating at him now. But for the most part, I like my streams to steer away from being too heavy most of the time. And to not follow dark paths, and even if people come in here and they have serious stuff going on, I won't want to ignore it, but I also, like Evie, you've got something going on. I know Ava has had some serious health things and real life problems, and I don't ignore that stuff when people bring that up, but I also try to make a point of not letting it, because if you're really going to react to stuff like that, like if you have a friend that gives you a call and like, hey, this is what's going on. I mean, honestly, like I might be on the phone with that person for 2 hours just talking about how they're feeling or whatever. And on a stream, I'm not going to do that. And it's just because like I'm going to acknowledge it, but I'm not going to make the stream suddenly become about that thing, I guess is what I'm trying to say. I'm the most drama-free streamer you know of. Well, I know there, Maxie. Thanks, I appreciate that. And I do like to keep it light, but I think most of my streams since I moved, it's always like, oh, my job's going like this. It's kind of, it's been stressful but challenging, and like when I was about to move, I was all stressed about that. So we're talking about stuff like that. When serious stuff's going on in my life, I tend to share it, but I don't make my streams about it. Like I'll talk about it for a few minutes, and then move on and just do, whatever, my regular stream thing. Just a man. Apart from some slight instability issues I've been having with Red Dead Redemption, which I'm not alone in, I'm loving Red Dead Redemption 2. I just, for those that don't know, I got a new gaming PC over the weekend, and I played Red Dead Redemption 2 for the first time, and it's amazing. It's amazing. I'm not gonna stumble straight into saying it's the best game I've ever played, but I have an impulse to want to say that it is. Well, right, yeah, I'm not creating drama. I'm very careful. I mean, you've all seen, and people have been around for a while, it's like I don't want drama on my channel at all. So like I don't want to get into it with other streamers, or I don't like it when people smack talk each other, whether it's people who are in the stream or in the chat together, or even sometimes other streamers are brought up in a negative light. And I try to steer the conversation away from that kind of thing too. And again, all of like politics and whatever else people might want to bring up that could lead to negative topics. I like to try to keep this like a free zone for all that shit. Because ultimately I want this to be a place that people are coming because this is some place where they don't, maybe in their real lives they got family problems or they're fighting with their boyfriends or girlfriends or whatever the hell is going on, bullshit. Their boss treats them like shit. Whatever's happening, I want this to be some place that when people come here, they know that it's not going to be like that. I want this to be a safe place where people come and it's just going to be. They're going to see. It's like Cheers. You come to Cheers, everybody knows your name. It's a friendly place. It's a safe place, and that's how I want it. That's how I like it to be. Gila the drama llama. Let's see. I wouldn't bring up that shit, Maxie. That's like kindling right there. It's funny too, because historically, I've had to reel myself in because I'm like anyone else. I mean, I avoid discussing politics and my political views on this channel. I do not want that to be a showcase. Anytime. And not that I have what I consider extreme views by any means, but as I've said a bunch of times, like wherever you are on the spectrum, 50% of the rest of the spectrum is not going to be in line with you. So if you create a forum to start talking about that stuff, you're immediately going to alienate 50% of the other people around. And there is a time and a place for that, and that's not this time in this place. So I know there've been maybe a couple times where people have dropped comments where I've had to fight to not like jump in and be like, well, because it can always starts innocently enough. If you start talking politics, you just make some like try to be very neutral statement about something, and then it just goes down a rabbit hole, and it can go from zero to ugly like quick. So that's why it's like always, nope, let's not talk about it. Let's keep it out of this chat. The secret lawyer politics only stream. Well, this is another thing I'm not sure I've shared with too many people, but I had a YouTube channel, but technically I still have it, I just don't use it anymore. I have a YouTube channel that I started in 2006, and I did vlogs, and it was about like religious and political debate type of videos, like right-wing, left-wing issues, and it was not a happy place. Like I was always trying to be like reasonable, and I thought, oh, I could be a good, like a nice comment, like a reasonable voice in the middle of like other people being all weird about shit and people going off the handle, and I could be a nice sort of moderating presence. And it's like this is not how it plays out when you start talking about that kind of shit on the internet. There's no real moderating presence, and you're quickly gonna find yourself in a corner fighting for whatever your position is, just fighting to hold on to it, and defend it. And it's just like, I did that for a couple of years, and I was constantly, as much as I tried to be the reasonable person, I was constantly like in comment battles, like wars with people about shit. And I remember I had a weekend in Vegas with my wife, and I was like in some text war with somebody on YouTube on one of my videos, and I was like every time I got an email notification, I was like, oh, I gotta go check. Because I had my laptop, I was like, I gotta go check my email. And I got just way too I get way too sucked into that shit, like getting debates and all that stuff. It's like it's no good. I want to like Gila. I'll leave the junk out and have some fun. I'm not gonna show you the YouTube channel. And it's not. I wasn't good at it. It wasn't good content. I was super awkward. I mean, I feel like I'm much better now at just being able to talk to a stream and be able to talk. I'm alone in a room, but I'm able to talk. But mostly, I think it helps a lot that I'm engaged. I know that I'm talking with people live. I think that helps a lot. But when I was making those videos before, they weren't good. They were real awkward. It wasn't like the ideas. I wasn't presenting any ideas that were earth-shattering. It was just like, hey, there's a million different ideas out there. These are the ones that are mine. So here you go. It's like you don't need to take notes or anything. That's because nothing I've said hasn't been said by other people a million times better than I ever could do it. All right, Joss. Let me see. He's not fighting back. Also soft and doughy. What are you talking about, Owlie? Oh, you're talking about kicking his butt. Okay. People know for being reserved. Yeah, known for being reserved in religious and political debates. Of course they are. Because how else are you gonna have any kind of a productive discussion if you're not calm, rational, willing to consider the other the positions, the contrary positions yourself? Yeah, that's what I've seen. It's like doesn't matter where you land on the spectrum. No one wants to hear anything other than where they're already at. No one wants to hear that shit. So it's like there's no reasonable discussion across sides when it comes to like religion well, there can be, but it's just, especially in a setting like on the internet, you just don't want it. You know, I could slip up and have a friendly political discussion with a few people and it could go totally fine, and then that video would be on there, and then for the next 2 years angry people would be stumbling across that video being like, you're full of shit, blah, 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 blah. That's what, like, how the old videos would be like, just randomly, there'd be a video that I made a year earlier, and all of a sudden someone new would discover it, and be like, you're full of shit, you're wrong, man. And then I'd be like, well, obviously I need to make my case so that they'll understand where I'm coming from. That never works. It's never productive. I just need to reasonably just lay out my case in a logical manner, so they don't have to agree with me, but at least that they can understand where I'm coming from. Never worked out that way. It was never like I understand where you're coming from now. I mean, that's not what I think, but I understand why you think that, or why you might decide you might conclude that. It is the best game ever created. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, maybe I'm an ARDRist. It's not that I think you're wrong. It's just I don't necessarily believe. That's all. I don't know. You could be onto something there though, Maxie. With CPG, we're usually pretty civil. You can't speak for the comments after the fact though. Yeah, I don't know. Well, CPG. Usually CPG lost his shit a couple times. He'd always get drunk. It seemed like he'd get drunk, and I know he rage quit a couple of streams because he would get drunk, he would stop being able to think, like he couldn't think coherently so much anymore, and he'd just get super frustrated, and he gets super pissed off at the person that wasn't like on his side of whatever the issue was, and then he basically rage quit the stream, and that was an example. Like I kind of enjoyed watching it happen, like the way you watch like a daytime talk show, but I wouldn't want to be doing that. I wouldn't want to be the guy doing that stream and having that argument. Uh, yeah, there'd always be one or two people in chat that were not of CPG's political alignment, and it never seemed to go well when that happened. It happened a lot. The reasonable as your viewpoint was quite different than his frequently. Being capable of having. Okay, then I'm not sure. I might not. It may be because that kind of non-drama didn't stand out to me. But yeah, conceding points and such. All right. Yeah, Brad. I know you were around for those too, Brad. I enjoyed being in that stuff. I liked watching it. But I'm not gonna. No comment, Maxie. See what I did there? see what I did there? It's like any possible position-specific commentary. I'm like, meh. Not to say I don't have my opinions, but I just like. I'll be honest. I in a lot of ways, like, I just don't like discussing politics with people in my personal life either. Anymore. I used to get real, because I'd get into it and I get real fired up. I just don't have the energy. I still have my positions. I still pay attention to like what's happening in the world, but I do not engage in spirited discussions about it anymore. No, Brad. She's a shill for the Russian government. Oh shit! Did I say that? Okay. I feel like she's enough off the beaten path that I can make fun of her with. I don't know. Are there any? Is she a safe target? Maybe there are people who love Jill Stein. I don't know. She's Russian asset, son of a bitch. Emotions and alcohol don't mix well. Gotta keep it logical and detached. Let's see. Not gonna change it? Yeah. I've never. There are very few people. There are people that you can that will change their minds during a discussion. There are people that I've known who can do that. I know. I mean, I can honestly say I have a hard time doing it because I usually, wherever my positions are, I feel like, oh well, they're well founded, so I'm not going to move from them very easily. But there are occasions where, like, oh, I realize I'm wrong about something, and I'll take back whatever my position was. Some people are better doing that than others, definitely. But if you can't be all, if you're heated, all I know is, in general, 99% of the times that I've had political discussions with people of differing opinions, it only ever became like less civil, and no one came close to acknowledging the other person's point of view. And because that's always was my end game, was I don't need you to agree with me, but I need you to concede that you can understand why I would think the way that I do. And that was for me always the compromise that I looked for when I was having a political discussion. I don't expect you to abandon your opinions and agree with me, but at least understand where I'm coming from. Acknowledge where I'm coming from. And that was usually not something that would usually end up in a not pleasant conversation. Let's see. You banned someone forever. Yeah, I remember that. What was that dude named? Rebel something or other? He was somewhat like a person that was known a bit in the community. He wasn't like a big streamer or anything, but he was known and generally liked. He wasn't known for being a troublemaker or anything, but he did have a Confederate flag like as his icon. And you were like, nope, bye-bye. I remember that. So, and I didn't disagree with that. I mean, that was a person that would come into my thing, and I wasn't necessarily thrilled with that, but just because I don't want that to be brought up as a topic in my streams. Like, hey, let's talk about whether it's okay or not. It's like, no, I don't want to go there. Yeah, I'm just trying to remember if, like, I don't remember him ever talking about shit in streams, but I didn't know that guy that well. I know I'd seen him around a little bit. I don't remember that he was someone that was looking. Oh, Nick, that's one game I need to try. I just see you started playing Conan Exiles. That's one of the handful of games that I have installed that I haven't tried yet. Because I'm curious to see how my new machine handles Conan Exiles. Alright, you know what? I said I was going to get out of here a half hour ago, and it's 10:20, and I'm still talking. So, I gotta go. I gotta get going. Let's see, I love having a few beers while talking politics. Gives you enough time to dive into the nuance, and also admit how little we really know. Doesn't work. Yeah, and I know I've gotten into discussions with people that I realize are pretty well informed, and they know things that I don't. And that's where I'll back off. Is if I have opinions and then they claim to know things that would at least challenge my position that I'm not aware of. And sometimes I've looked into it and been like, oh, it's legit. Other times I looked into it and whatever they were asserting was absolute bullshit. Like, they didn't check their sources very well. But, yeah. Quick question. Any interest in Death Stranding? I haven't looked into it too much, but the brief impressions that I've gotten are not favorable. It looks like kind of a weird game. I've heard reviews that it's just like slow and weird. And I popped Narcos was streaming it, I think. No, was it Kink was streaming it earlier tonight. And I stopped in. I didn't even chat in the stream, but I stopped in briefly and watched him play for a couple minutes, and I was kind of like, game looks really, I don't know. Maybe it's good. You're making a D&D world based on Conan Exiles, trying to re-inspire yourself. Okay. Got out of work, Food Brother. Yeah, you caught me 30 minutes after I attempted to end my stream. Because I need to go. But it's my 4-year anniversary stream. You be watching you play if I like it. You donate for it. I need to actually look at some reviews that actually discuss the game in more detail than I'm aware of it. I just know there's not what I have heard about it has not hooked me as something I would be particularly interested in. But sometimes I'm into those weird off the beaten trail games. So if someone basically I just heard general impressions of people saying it's slow and it's weird and it's not fun. And there are games that I love that people feel that way about. So I probably need to learn a little more about it before I pass any final judgment. You were there for a good chunk. I was literally in there for like 5 minutes while I was doing something else. But I had it. At first I was like, what the hell is he playing? And yeah. 4 more years. 4 more years. G-Law 2020. 4 more years. Like American Truck Simulator, which is basically package delivery. Yeah, I saw Kink's stream was called Saving the World One Package Delivery at a Time. But I don't know what the game's about. Is it about delivering packages? Hashtag 4 more years. You know, yeah, here's Brad. Brad's like, you shouldn't get excited about any game G-Law says he's going to play. Because whatever it is, you might sit in for a 2 or 3 hour stream and he's only going to play it for 5 minutes. So, don't get too excited about what he's playing. Good portion, there's more to it. That's a lot of time in it. 4 more years! Okay. seeing a lot of enthusiasm. Well, thank you guys, and I feel like if I'm still doing this 4 years from now, I'm feeling I'm gonna see a lot of the same faces 4 years from now that I'm seeing tonight. So that's a good feeling, and I'm glad that for all the turbulence that my life has been all the ups and downs and twists and turns that my life has had in the last couple years. I'm still doing this too. Because there were points, like when I did my goodbye stream when I was going to move, there was really a part of me thinking, like, I might never do any regular streams again. Like, it just could turn out that way. And I know I've not been able to get, and won't be able to get back to the kind of streaming that I did before, where I was streaming from, 4 hours, almost whenever I wanted to, even though I would keep it once a week sometimes. But I was worried that I might, like when I did my goodbye stream, that might have been the end of any kind of regular streaming for me. So I'm glad I've been able to still have the energy and the drive to keep this up on a mostly weekly basis once things got stabilized here, and that that I got my same peeps showing up each week too. Ending the stream chatting forever. Yeah, this is a very much like classic G-Law type of thing happening here. Like, yeah, time to end the stream. 45 minutes later. I'm surprised too. There's a good number of people here. I got 17 viewers. Which is, these days streams have slowed down quite a bit. So this is quite 17 viewers is concurrent view 18 now. That's quite a turnout. So thanks for coming to help me celebrate 4 years. Next year's 5 years. Yeah, Food Brother. I'm loving my new PC. I'm very happy with my new PC. 45 minutes. 45 seconds to gameplay. Chat while you try to log off. Yeah, I am gonna get off the stream now. I've been saying that for 45 minutes, but it's actually gonna happen now. Because I need to use the bathroom. I'm getting a little bit hungry, so I need a snack, and all that needs to happen before I go to sleep. Which normally I'm already asleep by now. I know Allie's like been watching me try to get off a stream for 45 minutes. No. Guys, thanks again. Have a good night. It's been a special stream for me, and thank you for making that happen. And we will see you probably next week. This might be my stream for the week. So if we don't see you for the rest of this week, have a good week, have a nice weekend, and we will see you soon. Love you all, and take care.